Hello everyone, welcome back to Chemist by Destiny. Today, for the first time in this laboratory, we're going to make a tincture. In particular, in this case, it will be blue in color.
In nature exist various types of blue. In our case, we're going to synthesize Prussian blue.
So let's see it.
Warning: all our videos are made only for educational purposes and to demonstrate scientific laws that we verify. These experiments must be supervised and we are not responsible for an incorrect execution of an experiment done by others. We do not encourage in any way that you misuse our experiments to do violent things and harm others.
Prussian blue is an important pigment that has really many uses. In fact, it can be used as a colorant ink, but also in the technique called cyanotyping. Also, we know that Prussian blue could be used in medicine to reveal the away metals and also the radioactive metals. So, as we can see, it can be really useful in different situations. So guys, here are all the reagents that we are going to use in this experiment. You can see hydrogen peroxide, a ferrous salt, and also steel wool that we will need next. Also sodium hydroxide, and finally hydrochloric acid, and it's all we need for this experiment.
So the first part of our experiment consists in pouring 200 ml of hydrochloric acid, concentrated at 30%, and to it we are going to add 15 grams of steel wool. And then we are going to see that this reaction happens really slowly. In fact, we're going to wait for some hours in order for it to finish.
So guys, in this first step, we are dissolving ferrous from the steel wool in hydrochloric acid. It's important to know that we cannot mix in the first time hydrochloric acid and hydrogen peroxide because both hydrogen and oxygen would be produced, and this is really dangerous. So for this reason we are just adding hydrochloric acid because we just want to get ferrous too, and later we are going to oxide it with hydrogen peroxide.
The next step to our experiment is to prepare a sodium hydroxide solution. So for it we are going to take 1 gram of sodium hydroxide in 50 ml of distilled water. So the next step for our experiment is to prepare another solution. For this solution we are going to use this potassium salt, which has a very funny name. So for this solution we are going to use 7 grams of this salt, and we are going to dissolve it in 100 ml of water. Then we are going to take this solution and mix it with our previous one. Now we are going to pour some hydrogen peroxide into our solution. This must be very diluted. In fact, we are going to use one concentrated at 3%. Moreover, we are going to pour it very slowly because the reaction with hydrogen peroxide can be very violent. Also, you can notice that some bubbles are forming from this reaction.
We prepare the solution in this way because now we get a potassium salt of ferrous 3. We need potassium salt of ferrous 2, and for this reason we had hydrogen peroxide and sodium hydroxide. In fact, as we know, in alkaline pH, hydrogen peroxide reacts as a reduction agent, and for this reason we are able to reduce our ferrous 3 salt to ferrous 2 salt, and so in this way we get the salt that we need for our experiment.
After that, we are going to take our initial solution, which is the iron 2 solution, and we are going to see that after a long time, this solution will change color and it will become a very intensely green color. When this has happened, we can now filter it from the remaining parts of our iron wall. Then we're going to take this solution and add it to our next solution, which we prepared with the potassium salt.
Once we filter our solution, we just have to add droply hydrogen peroxide. In fact, we will stop to add the hydrogen peroxide when we'll see a brown color forming, a really dark brown color forming, and that's when our reaction is over.
Don't care, it's a cruel paradise. Say you'll be mine. The tide has turned.
After we had mixed together two solutions, you will see a precipitate forming, and this will be our blue Persian tincture.
Finally, by adding by mixing together these two solutions, we just get our Prussian Blue for the reaction, as you can see here. And so this Prussian Blue, we just need to filter it off and let the water evaporate in order to get it dry.
To obtain it, we're going to use a filtration method. In fact, we're going to filter it through a filter paper. We are going to start drying this blue tincture on top of our filter paper, but we'll not let it completely dry, otherwise it will get stuck on it. So after it is dry enough, we're going to transfer it on a glass watch, and then we're going to dry it completely.
Finally, by adding by mixing together these two solutions, we just get our Prussian Blue for the reaction, as you can see here. And so this Prussian Blue, we just need to filter it off and let the water evaporate in order to get it dry.
Close your eyes. Would you dream for me? Some paradise. Tell me who you see, 'cause I think I do want you next to me. Want you next to me, but does this work? 'Cause I know I can't get to you. I like the chase, and I know you do too.
The Prussian Blue has a really complex structure, as you can see here in our animation. In fact, it is constituted of one complex of ferrous 2 with China group, and also this complex that is formed is linked with another ion of ferrous, that is ferrous 3, to form a really stable ion, a really stable complex that you can see here, that is called Prussian Blue. So guys, this experiment is over, and we want you to know that this can be dangerous, more dangerous than the previous one, and because we use concentrated solution of sodium hydroxide, hydrochloric acid and hydrogen peroxide, and for this reason we want you to wear gloves and also mask screens.
So everyone, if you like this video, leave it in the comments. If you want to see more amazing experiments like this, go visit our page and subscribe to it. So that is all.
Thanks for watching, guys.